Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an author, speaker, and proud father. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. Good relationships are partnerships. Good relationships are partnerships. And I kind of alluded to this, like the Miss Independent thing that women would have when I was doing my last podcast. And let me be clear on the independent thing. Every person, woman and men, needs to have some level of independence when they're by themselves. Like, it's all right to be independent when you're not in a relationship, because that means you can basically take care of yourself. You're a grown-ass person, grown-ass woman. You should be able to take care of yourself and handle yourself on your own. You should be, or at least on the basics. But when you get into a relationship, you got to leave that independence alone. You got to leave it to the side for one simple reason. And once you with another human being, you no longer truly independent. Yeah, you still got some stuff you can do by yourself, but if you're in a relationship, that's not independence. Because what is a relationship? It's a ship. It's a ship. Now, I'm not even going to get into, the man as the captain and woman as the first mate type of thing. The bottom line is somebody got to lead it. But whatever the case, y'all are in that, you on that ship with somebody. When you start dealing with somebody in a relationship, y'all talking, y'all having sex, y'all hanging out, you doing all that stuff. You can't be independent. You can't, because every action you take, everything you do affects that other person. It just as everything they do, every action they take affects you. Y'all not independent anymore. Y'all coming together as one being, one form. Y'all joining together, at least for the time y'all in a relationship. Heck, even if y'all just friends with benefits with each other. Even in that case, when y'all come together, you gotta leave that independence at the door, because you're interacting with another person. And that's the thing. So when you in that relationship, you are in a partnership. Y'all gotta work together. But see, what I'm seeing with a lot of women is when y'all get in that relationship, it's like you might want to deal with that guy just for the sex, but then you want to still be an independent self. Indeed, and I've heard a lot of women say this. And sometimes they go into it like that, like, I ain't going to do anything for the man. I'm like, well, what y'all getting together for? You want him to do stuff for you? Because when you're in a relationship, shoot, you can't just go out and hang out. You got to take that other person's thoughts into consideration. You at least got to ask them and see if they cool with it. You can't just go buy something because you want it. Like, you in a relationship, partnership, you can't just go buy a home without thinking it's going to affect them. Everything touch. Y'all got to work together. That's a partnership. Indeed, but you know what? I've encountered a lot of women over the years, and, especially doing this, because, a lot of ladies hit me up, a lot of women hit me up privately, and, you get some women, y'all might want the title, but y'all don't want to do what it takes. Like, I never forget this one woman, and I dealt with her a few decades ago. And I never forget what she said. She said she would cook for her children, but not her husband. And I'm like, but a married couple, it's not even so much you cooking for him, it's so much y'all together, you doing something for him nice. I'm quite sure he'll cook for you, which is nothing wrong with that. You got to take that. You can't be, look, you get into a relationship, you're not just buddies. Shoot. Because what happens is y'all get together, your personalities start affecting each other, can even change each other. Indeed, that's how many people either ascend, they either grow or they spiral down because they interacting with the person. Like, say, here's a good example. Say you that type of woman who is argumentative with everybody. Like everybody, you're always argumentative, right? But you get in a relationship with that one dude who be like, zip it. You get it, seriously, all of a sudden it's like you stop being as argumentative. It changes your personality. Now, say y'all deal with each other for just a year, and y'all can break up for whatever reason, but you come out of that, you ain't back at that argument of self. You're still there, but it's something else has happened. You learn to chill out more and everything. That affected you. And the reason it affected you because you were in that partnership. You had to interact with that other person. You had to check your behavior. Indeed, on a deeper level, and this is something that even the men who listen to this got to understand. The best way to grow personality-wise, even spiritually, is through relationships. Because you interacting with another person who may or may not put up with your bullshit. Indeed, that's that thing I said about an argumentative woman. Like, I knew this woman, and she was real. She just had that real bossy, take charge personality. And I picked that up when I first met her. In fact, she showed it. She showed it while I was talking to her. All right, and it was some business stuff. I ain't gonna get into what it was exactly. But then she said something interesting. She said she's with this guy, and she said, she don't be acting the same way around this guy. And she said this is the type of guy who would tell her to zip it. But she said she realized she needed that. But that's because they were in a partnership. And that's just a reality, because if you want to be, you can't, look, if you go into a relationship, you cannot expect your personality to stay the same. I don't care who it is. Even for the men who listen to this channel, your personality don't stay the same. You deal with somebody long enough. Something going to change about you. It could be good, it could be bad, because you're dealing with another person. Because when two people interact with each other, they got to check themselves, They got to check themselves, and especially if it's something that you trying to keep together. Like, let me use the argumentative woman, for example. She deal with that guy who's like, check it or I'm gone. She knows she want to keep that guy around. She got to check her shit. So that changes. When people interact, it affects their personality. The only way you could truly keep what you have, good or bad, or keep it intact is you limit your interactions with other people. But when you're in a relationship, when you're in that partnership, and y'all have sex especially, once y'all have sex, y'all naked, you can't get no more intimate than that. You really can't. For the women, that man's penis is up in you, whether he wearing a condom or not. When y'all kissing, y'all swapping saliva, y'all connected. That dude can even leave some DNA up in you if he has sex with you unprotected. That's some real talk. So it's a partnership. You ain't independent. Indeed, and this just applying to just the women. I've told somebody else, if I'm around a woman, I can get an idea what type of men she deal with from her behavior. Now, not always right away. Well, if I can tell right, let's put it like this. If I can tell in the first minute, she got some real issues. She got some real issues. But if I deal with any woman long enough or around them, not in a romantic way, but just where I'm talking to them, I can observe them, I can get an idea of the type of man they dealt with and the type of man they will deal with. I can take one look at a woman and tell who she gonna go for. At the very least, I can take one look and tell and stuff, because I'm looking at the whole package. But that's because the type of men that she dealt with left something with her. That's not independence. A truly independent person can go in a relationship and just keep everything about them. And this especially with women, ladies. Seriously, this especially with y'all. Y'all want to take on something from the man you've dealt with. You're going to take on something. So, there's no independence there. So when you're dealing with a man, it's always a partnership. Always remember that. It's a ship going down a river. Y'all got to work together. All right? So that's all I got for now, ladies. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.